Major update for the Omega Red bug. Alliance Quest Season 8 changes, and should there be more tokens for the side quest? Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news for Friday. Thank God it is indeed Friday. And before going anywhere, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe with post notifications on all, and check out some of the vids that we're going to be posting on the channel. Today is a big news dump day, so it's going to be incredibly exciting for everybody to find out what's going down next month. In today's edition of Marvel Contest of Champions news, we've got the usual stuff to go over, some bugs, some stuff, some opinions, some new things, and as well ending with Art Corner as we normally do. In any case, just before getting into the news, I want to give a massive thank you to those that support the channel through the medium of YouTube membership and as well Patreon services. Thank you so much to those that support the channel through this means. It does mean a lot to me, and the same thing for those that support over on Twitch, twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. That's where I do most of my live streaming. And thank you so much to those that give the Prime Gaming each month, which is free with an Amazon Prime subscription. And also those that do the Tier 1 subs, the gifted subs, the bits, all the shebang. Thank you so much. And if the time is right, I should be doing some 7.1 grinding today. So hopefully see you later on. But in any case, I just want to kick off Marvel Contest of Champions news with a little bit of a meme. So I saw this, like, I love Unofficial Kabam Mike, and like he just sent this through to me. I just thought, where did this come from? Anyway, so you've got like Human Torch, Nova Flame knocking on and destroying Dormammu, Mephisto, Doctor Doom knocking on the door, and it's like it's the not CJ, it was Big Smoke from like GTA 3, saying no, GTA San Andreas, saying you picked the wrong house, fool, with Havoc there. I think this is brilliant. This gave me a good old chuckle at a very kind of like time. I was like, I didn't know I was going to receive this. Shout out to Unofficial Kabam Mike, just sending this through. Good lad. Okay, now to get down to the serious stuff, because we've got to talk about the serious stuff and the Omega Red bug. The Omega Red Deathfield bug has been something that has been here since, I want to say, November 2020. So it's been a long time, especially from a very functional and very key champion for a lot of people. It's a champion I have sought out and I hope to get, but I have just like, it's eluding my clutches, and my clutches are just like right over there with the crystals and the luck, stuff like that. If he ever goes into the arena, I might have to grind out for him. But what was the most recent update was that as of 7-8 days ago, that the team is investigating possible solutions for this issue, but we don't have information to share at this point. Once we have information to share, we'll update you. And it's just been like, it's been a long process to try and get this champion fixed, and it's a key champion. That's the thing. It's like not saying it's exactly like Aegon, but it's like at least there's a champion that goes into the rotation of teams that players like. I know I've got friends that have 6 stars, rank 3s, 200 signatures, and they want to see results. They want to see a solution to this. But there was great joy and jubilation as of a couple of days ago. So Kabam Exhibit put there, hey there everyone, the team has a fix for this issue where Omega Red's Deathfield would not deal any damage before applying 10 spores, and it will be ready out with the next update. Yes. There is a known issue. This is where Spider-Ham and Hulk's immortal abilities may not interact with Omega Red's degeneration damage, but the team is working on getting that resolved as well, and should have this resolved by the update after the latest. Now, the way that I look at this is I'm not 100% sure if this is representative of the bug that has been listed. A lot of players have said different things, but I think the main thing to say there's 2 things. Maybe the way that death spores actually kind of work, but the main thing is the amount of damage per tick per the death spores, which this player said it's 975, but now it's reduced to 395 with 18 spores. So it's just a case of seeing this consistency come back to what the champion had back a little while ago, and as well that the death field is functioning correctly, as indeed Kabam are going to fix it again. So still going to wait to see how this transpires and whether it actually feels like we're going to get this fixed, but it's definitely a good piece of news. Next up, an Alliance Quest Season 8 changes. So there have been a few changes that have been done with the maps, more so with the champions than some of the interactions. You can see like Apocalypse has been changed in certain ones, Apocalypse again, yeah. And then as well like different variations of things. There's some stuff that's going on which some players are like a bit unsure about, especially with some kind of like nodes, these new nodes that are being put in, like stage fright node and other stuff that maybe you haven't kind of come into interaction with. This new node called stage fright is after the attacker uses a special attack. A second timer is started. If the attacker activates another special while this timer is active, you're inflicted with a passive direct damage dealing 2% of their current health as direct damage over 4 seconds. So for rapid champion usage and specials, it's not particularly enjoyable, but it's one of these things where things are being changed. Some players are saying like Rick Doom solos. Somebody saying here makes it annoying for Tigra 2 on usage. And then the question that can Spider Hammer Immortal Hulk get degen from stage fright node, and that's something to I think experiment around with. Either way, right, it's just one of these things where Kabam are making changes to things, and I don't know if it's like adding in one. Once we learn to do something, right, it's then everything's then changed again, and where they're like, oh, man, I'm gonna have to think of a new kind of way to counter this, or maybe use a new champion against this. But I'm sure that we will adapt, we'll overcome. We're a pretty robust and steadfast community of people that always have to adapt to changes, even though we didn't exactly ask for them ourselves. And then when you kind of like go, well, you change us back, the Kabam go, no, we won't. Oh, life and alliance quest. Now we must talk about the side quest. For a lot of players that did this, including myself, it is laborious. More so laborious if you're doing the end difficulty. So the super hyper turbo special Fate Ultra Mutant Showdown. The one where you've got to fight multiple champions, and then by the end of it you just go, oh god, I've got to repeat this again. Technically, if you're doing this as much times as I am, you'll know that last night we did a live stream here on the channel, and in the space of 2.5 hours, at the end of it I lost the will to live and only managed to do 11, which I tell you what, 11 is enough. After that, literally just goes on and on and on. Granted, there are more fights in that one, but the fact is, it is all down to just enjoyment, time, but also these pesky tokens, and as well the prize card objectives and how it is causing an issue. And as well at the same time, Kabam are very not unforgiving when it comes to giving back and helping out players. Let's look at the unforgiving side of things when it comes to this quest. Unforgiving in the sense like if you accidentally make a mistake, you will feel punished by this, because it will be a case you could go down the wrong difficulty, which a player did. They kind of went down legendary instead. They wanted to go down epic, and when reaching out to Kabam, it was a case they're unsympathetic for the cause, especially when it costs them, you know, the 6-star shards this month, and that's kind of the big clincher here. I've been contacted by people that were, you know, caring for their child late at night and accidentally, you know, went down the wrong path, went down the wrong difficulty with the mission. And look, it happens. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, because like even a case like Kabam's response to these matters is, thank you to Karen as well. I understand you have concern about your accidental use of tokens. While I absolutely understand that mistakes happen, I'm afraid that because the token has already been used, which that's a weird kind of thing to say, because technically you click on it, you then go, boom, you're into the quest. Oh, you've used it now? Yeah, but I did it by mistake. I didn't mean to do it. Yeah, but you used it now. So I was just like, oh, mate, why even? That's rubbing salt in the wound. We will not be able to reverse the transaction for this specific instance. Use of the token is final and non-refundable. We also have announced this information in our forums. Blah, blah, blah. I think we can all agree that this side event quest this month has just been a bit kind of, I think it was under good intentions for it to be put in. And yes, it is a thing. It's just the complexity of the matter is frustrating. And I definitely think that Kabam need to look at these things in the future. Not to say that we're all idiots, but to be honest, you just need to put something out just simple. And as well, the laborious grind of the mutant quest is something that's just like, oh, yes, you know, there's counters to it. Yes, if you're doing hero use, it helps out because your grind effectively means for what you get back, you get that and that hero use at the same time. But after 2.5 hours of a live stream I did last night, only managing to do 11 paths. And I was going at a pretty fair pace, only like stopping occasionally to chat and interact with live chat, because, you know, people come to the channel, we interact, that's how it works. But I think it's quite apt to look at this again and go, look, is this side quest something that is worth putting out in the future, especially from the grind that is required for it? Side quests, yeah, I mean, look, could I have done all of those side quests in 1 or 2 a day? Of course I could have. Could I have done them in better chunks? Of course I could have. But when it comes to just the mutant quest, which you've got to get out of the way first in order to really make a stab at a Cavalier level to grab those tier 5 class catalyst fragments, crystals, then that's going to be the first priority to do. That is the laborious task. And even with doing that, the amount of times that I have, I think I've still got to do that at least 5 more times in order to guarantee myself what is left from that grind. Which, even at 5 more times, it's just like, man, this is boring. In any case, it looks like that I'm not alone, and it looks like a lot of players are going to like forums and stuff, and at least kind of like, you know, chatting about the problems they experience. Same thing with like Kabam acknowledging this and just going like, oh, okay, well, you know, maybe next time we won't do something as complicated. Because it felt like Baron's War, but Baron's War was better, because in Baron's War, you went to different locations. It was like a scavenger hunt, and you kind of like smashed out this champion, it gave you this objective. I love that. I thought that was kind of cool, and it was easy to do. You could do a quick guide for it, bush, bash, done, and you were able to get what you needed from there. So, yeah, I think be more like Baron's War, just less complicated. And now we go on to one of my favourite parts and times of the week, which is Art Corner, kicking off with this custom-made Archangel Funko Pop. I thought this is very impressive, so Fluffy Paws, shout out to yourself. This custom Funko Pop that they've personally either created, I want to say, or they've painted. I want to say that it looks like it's being created, like whether or not it's been done with like clay or modelling or stuff like that. It looks really cool, so shout out to Fluffy Paws. Right, so now we're in Art Corner in the Discord. Shout out to the Discord, link in the description, and as well, shout out to Nobu, who does this little bit of anime to kind of kick us off. Raymond has created this little, I don't know, this is like a collage type Iron Man type of homage type set, which is really cool. Deathstalker does this really cool Hyperion. Look at that. Mayank does this pretty amazing Dragon Ball Z. Oh, this is sick. This is a Mr. Sinister done by Corey the Goat. Look at that. And Toxic Poisons does this pretty cool. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. It looks like Sam Hayek, but it looks like a combination of like, well, I don't know who this is. And Toxic Poisons does this fantastic, well, I don't know what it is or who it is, but it looks really cool. And there we go, that has been Art Corner, and that has been Marvel Contest of Champions news for Friday. Do bear in mind, the big news dump of stuff will be later on today. 1800 hours GMT. Make sure to keep locked to the channel, post notifications on all, as there'll be info that will be dropping. Really exciting. And yeah, also make sure to check out the second channel, Rich's Realm, over there, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.